let me just kind of start with the overview of things, and then I'll get into the specifics of the group project. So, okay, just let me try to get them. So first of all, okay, yesterday we read chapter 1, okay? You had to answer questions and write down themes from chapter 1. Let me just remind you that is an ongoing thing. So tomorrow you have chapters 2 and 3 due. And that just means that you read the chapters and that you also answer questions from chapter 2 and 3. And also you keep track of all your quotes. So it all goes in the same pace. It's all in the same document. And then I don't collect that until the end. So that's kind of an ongoing project that you're working on. Okay. So what I want to talk to you about today is kind of the group presentation. Sorry, Xavier's trying to get on here. The group presentation part of this project. So keys on. So let me share with you kind of the background again on the group presentation, and then I'll show you your groups, and then I will let you have a few minutes in a breakout room to work with that group. And then when you guys decide you are done, then you can just have the rest of the period to work. Typically what will happen starting tomorrow is we'll have a group present for a few minutes, and then we will have some time either for me to present, although I'm presenting tomorrow, so that'll just be me. And then you'll have probably half the period to either meet with your group or to start reading for the next day. So it'll you'll have built-in time every day to do those things. So don't stress about that. I can't talk right now. Nope. My kids are home with me today. It's been a little bit of a struggle. They have I don't know if you have siblings in elementary school, but they have lessons all morning. So it's actually fine. But then in the afternoon, they're supposed to be doing work on their own. So mine are currently trying to do their gym activity. I hear balls being thrown upstairs and arguing over something. My son desperately needs to tell me something really fast. You have 10 seconds, go.
When I do go on writing, it takes me back to reading.
Okay, I will call your teacher. See, the teacher didn't publish something, so he can't get his assignments. We all have been there, haven't we? Okay, I will email him in a minute. Okay, go play, go do Legos. You're off the hook for a few minutes. Okay, back to you guys. So this is super fun, my new little working from home plan. So let me share with you the original document about the group part of this project. All right, so we can kind of look at it together. So actually, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually show you while I'm sharing it with you where all these documents can be found. So this is today's lesson. We're not going to worry about that quite yet. Here's what I've done. Everything is now under class resources. Okay, so this button is actually going to be super helpful for you. So let me show you what I've done here. Here's class resources. You don't need the Para Empezar stuff. Get rid of that. So here's all the Sonia stuff. All right. So I'm going to click on this and go over the project with you, the group part of it. Then I'm going to show you a specific document that you're going to work on with your group. And then look, I've gone ahead and just posted. Here's chapters 1 through 3. Here's 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so they're all there. So I'll try to post maybe for the week. And then if you want to read ahead or work ahead a little bit, or you've fallen behind, they're all going to be right here. Okay, so let me just talk to you about the group part of this presentation. So just if you would focus on that with me for a moment. Here's the calendar, should you need to go back and look at the calendar. So group presentation, okay, it's 45 points, 25 of it is the group, and then 20 is just your active participation in the other groups. You will be in a group of 2 to 3. You're gonna have approximately 25 pages. So if you look at these groups, look, some are 2 chapters. I don't think any are less than that. Some are 2, some are 3, 4, 5, and 6. I think there's one that's actually 4 chapters somewhere in there, just because they're super short. So it's not based on how many chapters, it's based on how many pages. So it's about 25 pages. Within your group, there are basically 3 things to do. So you're going to have to decide how you want to divide these things up or how you want to work on them. So number 1 is a collage. All right. It can be that represents the main ideas. It can be a PowerPoint, a poster, a Google slide, whatever, to help you summarize the chapters for the class using some visual things. Okay. If you want to be more creative, please do. Okay, if you want to make something out of clay, please do. If you want to, I've had people do all kinds of things. Okay. Then you're going to share important quotes from your chapters. Okay. And that's going to lead a discussion for us on those quotes. So you can decide, are you just going to present them to us? Are you going to open it up and ask us for quotes? But you already know the 5 or 6 that you want to make sure that you talk about. So you can decide how you want to do quotes. You can put them on a poster. You can make people guess who said them or when they happened or which category they go in. But you're going to lead our discussion about quotes. And then I need one game or activity, all right, to review the chapters or the important quotes. You could do a Jeopardy game. You could do a Kahoot. You could do make us draw something. You could make us, I don't know, do some sort of graphic organizer. So that's kind of up to you. That's kind of the creative part. I know you have to be extra creative since we're at home, but I am confident you'll come up with something for us to do. We could play bingo. I mean, I don't care. You figure it out. So presentations are about 15 to 20 minutes. Okay. And there's also, I'll show you the rubric in a minute, a little organization and planning grade, and also just a creativity and energy grade. I understand that we're online, so it's going to be a little bit different, but you know, I don't want you sitting there. I can't really hear you or see what you're talking about. So you gotta, you know. So that's the little overview of the presentation, okay, that I already gave you. Now, I'm also going to show you more specifically what I'm going to want you to work on today. So again, I'm going to class resources. So today, here's the Sonia group planning. So you are going to ultimately turn this into me 1 to 2 days before you present. So this is when I give you like 20 minutes every day to either meet with your group or do reading. This is what you're going to start working on, not necessarily today, but you know, you can talk about it today. And then if you happen to be presenting early next week, then you're going to want to get on this. If you're presenting later in the week or the next week or the next week, then you've got a little time. All right, so it's a basic form to help you organize yourselves. Who are the main characters in your chapter? Describe each one. Summarize at least 6 main ideas of your chapter. Divide it up. So if you have 2 chapters, do 3 per chapter. If you have 3 chapters, do 2 per chapter. All right, so just kind of make it so you've covered everything. Choose at least 1 quote per chapter. Obviously more, if you only have 2 chapters, then you're going to have 2 from each one. At least 4. You may be sharing more than that. 4 is a bare minimum. If you have 8 great quotes, I would want you to share 8 great quotes. But at least come up with 4. You write the page number and then you can share those with us. And finally, describe what activity you're thinking of doing, okay? How to make it creative, meaningful. How will you make it fun or unique? Will we draw something? Will we use a graphic organizer? Will we play Jeopardy or Kahoot? And I said, think about English class. All right, you guys have read a million books in English class, like starting in middle school. So think about some fun things that you've done. Have you created something? Have you drawn something? Have you acted something out? Have you you know, done some games or activities that you could modify and make it work for this book? So you don't have to just make things up. Think about things that you've done in a class that have sort of been fun or interesting or different. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. If you need anything from me, you can let me know. Here's where you kind of divide it up so I know who's in charge of what. And here's the rubric. Okay, the collage, the quotes and discussion, the game activity, organization and planning is basically turning in this form. So I know you've planned out as best as you can. And then obviously your creativity and your energy when you are presenting. So that is the form. It is under today's lesson. It is also under the class resources. Okay, so right there. No, that was the original one right there. If you need to reprint or you weren't here yesterday, here's the quotes, here's the questions. Make sure you do those as you read. Otherwise, it's going to turn into a mess at the end. Okay, those are 30 points each, so that's 60 points there. Here are the chapters, and here are your groups, if you're curious. Here's what I got. So, lucky Anna and Tony get to start us off on Monday. So this is next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, I am taking care of this week, so nobody has to feel stressed out to go this week. And then the following week, got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday is going to be a catch-up day. And then that last week, we have Monday and Tuesday, and then your midterm is the Wednesday. So this is posted. Obviously, you want to take note of the date that you are presenting and the chapters that you are going over. All right. Like I said, Anna and Tony, your chapters are already posted. So if you want to just start working ahead, feel free to do that. Dariana, Jasmine, and Alejandro, I think I've posted 10, but not 11. But you can still start reading ahead. And then, you know, as we get closer to your group, I'll make sure that things are posted multiple days ahead of when you need to present so that you can start reading ahead, or you can just, you know, if you need to peek, just go ahead and you really just want to look at chapter 12, even though you're not there yet, you can. I mean, so they'll be there for you. Okay. So you can pull this up or you can look at, I'll leave the first half up there for a minute. Okay. It's all under class resources, but take note of your date. A couple groups have 3 in them. Most of them have 2. I tried to honor any requests that I had. There was one group I had to rearrange a little bit based on some requests, but I think I made it work pretty well. All right, I'm gonna move it down so the bottom half of the people can see theirs. But again, it's just right there under class resources. Okay, so I think that's all the talking I need to do. I want to answer questions, and then I have to form your breakout groups like person by person so that I can give you some time to chat with your person. If you're going next week, maybe you want to chat for a good 5 or 10 minutes. Just start to get some ideas of who might be interested in doing what. You don't necessarily have to write anything down today, but if you are going next week and you're early next week, maybe by tomorrow when I give you time, you'll want to start writing some things down. So maybe you talk about, hey, does anybody have a printer? And then you can at least print off that page and somebody can start working on that so that you have it when you meet. And if you're not going till mid to late September, well, I guess late to late September, then maybe you just meet briefly and then you say, okay, I'll see you tomorrow. And then you go read your book. Okay. Because don't forget chapters 2 and 3 are due tomorrow. So once I divide you up, you are welcome to work with your partner as long as you want to. And then once you guys feel like you've touched base, you know, kind of what you were thinking, then you're welcome to leave the Zoom and just go read chapters 2 and 3, fill out your questions and your quotes so you're ready for class tomorrow. Okay, any general questions for the good of the group before I take a minute to divide you guys up?
So what are we deciding exactly? Like, are we just exchanging like our numbers and stuff? Or are we like deciding group project things?
That's up to you. So you can absolutely exchange numbers. That wouldn't be a terrible idea. But know that I'm going to give you time every single day to meet with your group, right? So if you're going sooner than later, then yeah, you might want to think, okay, or like you just talk to them like, oh, I'm really into art. I love to do the collage part, you know, or, oh, like I would really like to come up with a game. Okay, that's my thing. I did this one thing in English class once that was pretty cool. I think it might work, right? So that's kind of, there's just the brainstorming today is what I want you to do. All right, and it might end up that everybody picks something different or there might be some overlap. Well, maybe you both want to do something collage. I'll do the collage. I can do something kind of artsy for chapter 11. You do something artsy for chapter 12. You do the quotes for chapter 11. I'll do the quotes for chapter 12, right? So it's kind of up to you how you want to divide up. So just maybe start having that conversation. Does that make sense? Okay, any other questions for the group? Okay, I'm gonna start, oh, I think I have to.
I have a question.
Yes, Caleb. As you're asking, I'm not ignoring you. I'm gonna start dividing up these groups because I have to assign them individually before I can let you go in them. So go ahead, Caleb, ask away.
I'm not really understanding what we're supposed to do in the group thing.
Okay, so you're gonna have your group and you're gonna talk about what chapters you're doing and make sure you know when you are presenting. And then you're gonna divide up who is maybe thinking they would like to do what. Like if somebody's super artsy, then you might say, hey, I'm pretty artsy. I'd like to do that collage. Or if somebody really hates art, then you go, oh, I really don't want to do that. Can somebody else do that? So you have 3 main things, right? You have the art collage, But I mean, again, that can be done on the computer. So it's not like you have to be a great artist to do it. And you have finding the quotes, and then you have coming up with some sort of activity. So I would just start out by having that conversation and see who's kind of interested in doing what. Make sure you know each other. If you want to exchange phone numbers, wouldn't be a bad idea, although I will definitely give you class time to be working with your partner. Does that answer your question? Oh, you know what? Also, while I'm thinking about it, don't forget today after school is your opportunity. Uh-oh. Huh. Ta, I think out of a group of 3, you're the only one here today. So let me hold on to you for a minute, and you might just have a reading day. At least you don't go anytime soon. I was just going to say, don't forget today after school is your opportunity to redo that quiz if anybody needs to redo that quiz.
Oh, what quiz?
The quiz that we reviewed yesterday. That
What time?
just right after school. So just what, 2:40, 2:45, and I can get you set up on there.
We took a quiz yesterday.
No, you took a quiz last week. We went over it yesterday. Okay, so I'm going to open up your rooms. Ta, like I said, if you just stay on for a minute, I'll talk to you. Everybody else, at least get to your room, and then if you have a question, you can ask me or come back, talk to each other. You have, what, like 20 minutes or so? So you got plenty of time. So you guys kind of divide up how you want to spend your time here today between chatting. Let's see, you've got until 1:50. Yeah, so you actually have 25 minutes. So maybe you spend 5 or 10 minutes chatting today, and then you say, okay, let's go read on our own. Or you can chat for longer, especially if you are one of the groups going sooner. Okay, all right, I'm gonna let you go. If you have questions, either come back or message me, and otherwise use your time wisely for the rest of the period. You do not need to check back in with me. So work with your group as long as you feel like that's a good idea, and then you can go read for tomorrow. Okay? All right, go. Yeah, Ty, I don't know what happened. Let's see. You're with Jake, and Jake was never here, and I don't know what happened to Deshaun. So I guess, Ty, I would just go read today, and hopefully those guys will be here tomorrow. Okay, thanks. All right, Caleb. Caleb.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you need to join your breakout room, and I'll come with you there, okay? So join your breakout room, please. All right, guys, I was joining you to make sure